total rest in your own divine self, tada-dhanno, then will be really accomplished. And you will be kritartho, you will be blessed, you will be accomplished, being jivan mukta. And that is the state, the state of total freedom while living in the body. In most of the cases, most of the religions talk about liberation after death. You go to heaven afterwards. You do this thing and you will go to heaven. That's an uncertain thing. Whether I will go to heaven or where, who knows, who can guarantee? But if one gets the joy of the absolute truth here and now, then there is no doubt about it. And that peace will abide. I'll continue that. That experience will tell him not to fear about anything, not to doubt about anything. So that's why it is said that this goal of human life should be to know the gyatva sarupam. What is your rupa means form, real nature, swa, your own nature. And these are not my own nature, what I am imposing on me. This my body, this my mind, this my emotions, this my anger, this my frustration, this my loss, this my gain, all are related to not to real me. It is not me, it is something which is extraneous and whose nature is creating confusion or delusion. So long we are in the realm of the mind, this is the problem. So long I am in the body, all the bodily problems of disease, suffering, pain. But when I am not the body, this is not me. We every day we see that we are not all the time connected with these superimposed items. I am now concerned about the body, so bodily all reactions and actions can be felt. When you are in the body but you are thinking, a meditative person or a philosopher or a thinker or a scientist keeps the mind in some other level, they don't think about their bodily problems. So these are not swarupo. The swarupo is a word to be very deeply understood. What is my own nature or own divine form? That is Satchidananda form. That is not dependent on anything. That is not superimposed. Today it is imposed and tomorrow it is gone. It is not like that. So this should be understood, and then will be perfect rest will come. We are restless. Why restless? Because we want something, but we are not getting it. And that's why I cannot rest. No one can rest unless one reaches their own divine, unchanging self. Because everything is dependent, everything is flittering, everything is running away from our fingers. As much as we want to hold, nothing remains in our control. So this is the then only you will attain to a vishranti, means perfect rest. We want rest in, people say that I am tired with the life's struggles and sufferings. How to get out of that tiredness? A perfect rest will come when on gyatva sasarupam, when you know who we are. Tada-dhanno, then you will feel that I am fulfilled, I am accomplished. I have attained what is to be attained. I am blessed. And that is the state, jivan mukto bhavishyasi. When that is the time you will be a person free from all anguish and anger, frustration and all dualities, and you will remain free soul while living. Jivan means while in the life, mukta. You are walking, You will also walk like others, but you will be a free soul. Like in the second chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, it says, sthita prajna. Sthita prajna, whose intelligence or understanding is stabilized. Sthita prajna. What is that? He will not be perturbed by sukha and dukkha. Sukhesu, anudbigno, mana. Mind will not be udbigno, anxious, anxiety. Feel anxiety in happiness or in misery, in suffering or pain, in the dualities of life. So that is the thing that is defined here. It is the goal of life, goal of human life has been exactly expressed in a very nice way. And you know, this knowing, and when one can know, when one can rest in his own divine self, then it's called jivan-mukta. And the jivan-mukta is now continuing here, the same as moksha-rūpam. So 44 verse says, moksha-rūpam tamiva ahu, moksha-rūpam tamiva ahu, yogina tattva-darshinaha, yogina tattva-darshinaha, śrūpo jnana-matrena, śrūpo jnana-matrena, labha tat-kanṭhāravat, labha tat-kanṭhāravat. Now, this is called moksha-rūpam tamivahu. This jivan-mukta state, this state of perfect restfulness, knowing your own divine self, is called, its nature is called moksha, liberation. There is a term everyone uses, is moksha. Moksha, goal of life is to liberate ourselves, to moksha. So what is that moksha? Moksha is this jivan-mukti state. Moksha-rūpam tam eva. That itself, that jivan-mukta state, that state when one knows its own real nature and can really free himself or herself from all these superimposed ideas, that is called tamiva ahu. That is being called by, ahu means called or said by yoginaha, the yogis. Not ordinary yogis. Everyone is yogi, no? In this country, when you see the advertisement in the paper, in Yoga's journal and everywhere, everyone is a yogi or yogini. Not that yogi or yogini, but here it says tattva-darshina. Those who have darshan, saw, those who have experienced the tattva, that truth, absolute truth, they say, here is the point, it is now it is Sri Krishna's message. But he is so humble, he is saying, I am not saying. But it is the statement of the yogis, those yogis who have experienced that tattva. Darshan, darshan is to see, behold. It is beholding, like Ramakrishna said, have you seen God? And Ramakrishna said, I see God more tangibly than I see you. So this is also see, the word they use, the seeing, that type of seeing. Not I see through my eyes whatever objective universe, not that seeing is not considered here. Seeing the truth. Tattva-darshi, those who have seen or realized or experienced. Their seeing means realized or experienced. They have experienced not intellectually, but experientially. Their every part of the body gives resonance to that joy and bliss. God is not a word for them. For us, God is a child's play. We talk, we play with so many toys. God is one of the toys. Sometimes we play and talk those things, and everything is interesting. God is also little interest. I have little interest in God, and I have so many interest in so many things. God is only one part. That is not, that will not do. God realization will not come that way. All the 16 anā in Indian coin, previously 16 anā used to have 1 rupee, $1 you can say, 100 cents like that. You have to give 100 cents of mind, 100 cents of the mind. If mind has 100 units, all the faculties should go to God. To your anger, to your frustration, to your love, to your achievement, to your failure, to your accomplishments. Everything should lead to that one. So that is the definition given by the realized people, and that is called the moksha-rūpam. That is the rūpa, that is really the form of liberation. Liberation means, that is called liberation. And what happens? Where do you get it? We think that we do spiritual practice. We become honest, we become truthful, we become this, all the values. Because of that we can realize God. But it's not so. It says, swarūpo jnana-matrena. As soon as one achieves this knowledge of his own divine self, swarūpo jnana-matrena. Matrena means that moment. When one attains to that swarūpo jnana, the knowledge of his own self, the labha, they attain. They attain what? We attain something else. We attain means always something else, no? I have achieved a degree. It was not with me, I got a degree. Oh, I attained some money. I got some money. Got means you got something which was not with you. So everything in the relative world, labha, attainment, is achieving something which I had not. Is this brahma-jnana, is this knowledge like same? Well, no. It is then what type of thing? Achievement, you are saying achieve. One will achieve peace, one will achieve liberation, one will... So what is that? How will you achieve? Where will you get it? That is the difference between dualistic religion and the non-dualistic ideal. You go to heaven, then you will be happy. Heaven is not here. After death only you can go to heaven. And there heaven you can find all the water flowing all the time, all sweet music going on, and no one becoming old, all are young people, no disease, no suffering. A plane which is, I cannot imagine. We are becoming old, we are becoming diseased, we are becoming, death is knocking at the door. No, there is no death. You are always born as a young man and enjoy the life as much as you can. No payment is necessary. You are all paid, prepaid. Prepaid for your all fun and joy. It's a 5-star hotel. You are all prepaid. Go and fun, and you will achieve that. Yes, to achieve that, then you do good karma. A good karma will take you to heaven, Hindu idea. Because it was not yours. So you worked hard to get a good name in your company. And company then will say, okay, you have done well done, so we will reward you. Okay, you go for 1 month and have a beautiful experience in Hawaii for 1 month. 5-star hotel, all expenses this company will bear. No? Okay. You are going there, why? Because you have done some good karma. Because of the good karma, you are getting this result. No? That means karma is creating this result. Is brahma-jnana like that? You do some japa, you do some mantra, you read some spiritual text, you go to different places of pilgrimage, you sing some bhajan. Is it giving you, creating some new result like that? And that result is your liberation? No, it is not like that. Then what it is? It is like beautiful. Labha. Labha means attainment. What you will attain? It is kanthaharavat. Beautiful example. You have one necklace here all the time. But sometimes it happens, probably all of you. Hey, what did I do? I lost that. And you're searching here and there, knocking in the drawer and this place, that place. Hour is gone for searching here and there. And then you find, oh, it is here. So it is not to achieve anything. It was with me. I was a fool. I could not recognize that. I am aware. I become aware of that reality. That is Vedanta. Rather, what for this spiritual practice? What for we do this spiritual practice? To remove that blind attitude, that remove that idea of not knowing. The idea I am to search, I am to find God, as if God is hiding and running in his play. He is always hiding, and we have to find somewhere. He is not here, but he can appear in that corner. But it is all the time we did not know. So this beautiful one word, labha, that attainment, will be taught kantaharavat, like a hara. What is here? So that is the point, that it is not that you are to gain something new, but you know what was with you, you have forgotten. That's a typical example is given that the 10 people were together and they are crossing a river in the high Himalayas, and the river was very torrential and snow white, cold water. So while no one could look at others, everyone is trying to cross the river and then went on the other shore. And then they started, oh, are we 10 people? Are we all together? So they are counting. So you know that story. Everyone is counting. How many are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So everyone counted 9. So they came into a conclusion that the 10th person is missing. And they started weeping and howling and crying. Our condition is some, that we are missing God. We'll have to find God. We'll have to dig God where it is under the stone, or in some cave, or in some high heaven. But this crying, weeping, our lifelong struggle going on, that is called God, that is called love, that is called joy, that is called limitless absolute peace. We are searching, 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 and not finding anywhere. Then what happens? Then one guru comes, one gentleman. What is the cause of your suffering? Why are you all crying? And because you know we lost the 10th person who was with us. It is a silly example though, but that is, we are doing that silly thing throughout all the life. And we are crying and weeping and being battered by the world because we don't learn what to search for and where to search for and what to be given away. So we give too much value to the world and day and night think of the world. We become worldly. We never turn back to think what for all these things. So it is called then Jivan Mukta state we will attain, and that state is, its nature is moksha or liberation. And that moksha, it is said by not by me, Krishna. He is enough, but he is also quoting that yoginaha tattvadarshina, those yogis who have attained that spiritual wisdom, tattvadarshi, is that they say that this is called moksha. This is the state of jivan mukti, that means knowing your own self and getting perfectly rested in that blissful state, that is called as moksha. So moksha, jivan mukti and knowledge, here they are making all equal. When you realize God or realize Brahman in real nature as your own self, you can realize God. I am the servant, you are the boss. It's a two entities are there. There is loss, there is fear. You are the boss, you may abandon me, I may forget you. In any relationship there is a fear of losing, is it not? There is a dangerous fear, losing. In God also there is a fear of losing. That's why the gopis are crying all the time, Ha Krishna, Oh Krishna. That means they are in the realm of duality, but they are not ordinary people like us. They are all realized souls, they are realized munis of the last life. So they are enjoying in a different level that separation. But we ordinary people on all our relationships see how bitter, how suffering, full of suffering and misery is this. Because you are separate. I am trying to find you, and it depends on your mood, in your wish, in your attitude, my wish, my mood, my attitude to connect together. But if it is not, it is my nature, then I am not to search for anything. Rather, I am only one work is there. What is not me covering me? Peel off. Peel off the coverings which are giving a wrong interpretation of my real nature. That means I am the body is a wrong interpretation. So mind, body, prana, all these are wrong interpretation of me. So we have to work hard on eradicating this wrong interpretation. That's why all this, don't think of anyone's evil or don't talk about, we are reading in the Bhagavad, the ears are made to hear. That is the perfect use of the ear when it hears the Lord's glories. In another place, Bhagavad says, this voice, Rajanikanta says, Kantho amar sakolo kathai, tomar kathai kabe. Hori he, O Lord, tumi amar sakol habe kabe. When you will be my everything, in my all suffering and in all my joy, you will be appearing. And my voice, this whatever mouth speaks, Kantho, sakol katha, in all my mundane work, all my words, tomar kathai kabe, will be talking about you. That's the absorption in that truth. So, but there is separation. It's a question when it will happen. It's not happening now. I wish it should happen. But when this limiting adjuncts, these objects which separate us from our real self is eradicated, then what will remain? When the clouds are all eradicated, what will happen? The sun will shine in its own glory. Oh, was it not shining before? It will shine only when the cloud goes away. It is all the time. Now also it is shining. But it is only the covering. So our sadhana should be, all we do to purify the mind, to clean the heart from all this dark course of separation. So this is the important part for spiritual life to understand. That moksha, liberation, brahma jnana, whatever we talk, it is not to be achieved as an outside thing. Rather it is here, like the kantha-haravat, like the bracelet in here, and searching. There is another song that in the forest, the deers run for hundreds of miles in search of the beautiful fragrance which comes out of our own pouch. It is there in the pouch. And that kaise bharamo bine mite poshukare. In the, like animal, that means the harin, the deer, is running hundreds of miles in search of that joy, that beautiful fragrance, that making it restless. And we are also searching for that joy. And trying here and there, and running hundreds of miles in our day-to-day life. No time for doing anything. World is so important. Every bit of it is important. Day and night, talking about world, thinking about world, steeping our mind, totally absorbed in the world. And we want God realization. Funny thing, side by side. We are rather adding more of the coverings, clouds. We want to throw more cloud on the already covered area, which is separating me from my real nature. So we do not know. We are really, it's a frustrating thing. We are all spiritual people, but we are not aware what we are doing, whether it is helping me in my spiritual journey or it is just distracting me and throwing me off from that more and more to have another life, another life, another life. So here is that, it is been important point that moksha rūpaṃ tamevahu. The yogis who are the seer of truth declare that state to be liberation. That state to be liberation. What is liberation? Now, which is attained the moment one reaches the knowledge of one's own self. As soon as one understands, really reaches the knowledge, that knowledge, nothing is happening. Knowledge that I am the body, I am such and such person, goes away, and then knowledge, capital knowledge, not the secular knowledge, the limiting knowledge, when that knowledge reaches, one can, the moment one by spiritual practice, just the moment one reaches that understanding, that big knowledge, then he will be declared as liberated soul in the world. And it is said by the yogis who have already experienced this truth. It is like that of regaining the forgotten necklace. It is like, it happens for our using the glass sometimes. Glass you are searching everywhere, but glass is in your, with you all the time. So this mistake we do. We are searching for our keys everywhere, and the key is in your pocket. So similarly, the knowledge of that truth which is searching for, it is already here, only to acknowledge that, understand that, and that knowledge, capital knowledge, will come by removing the lower knowledge. 44. Now 45. Prabuddha tattasya tu purna bodhe, prabuddha tattasya tu purna bodhe, na satya māyā, na ca karyamasya, na satya māyā, na ca karyamasya, tamastama karyam asatya sarvam, tamastama karyam asatya sarvam, na drishyate bhānu mahaprakāse, na drishyate bhānu mahaprakāse, prabuddha tattvasya tu purna bodhe, prabuddha tattvasya tu purna bodhe, na satya māyā, na ca karyamasya, na satya māyā, na ca karyamasya, tamastama karyam asatya sarvam, tama karyam asatya sarvam, na drishyate bhānu mahaprakāse na drishyate bhānu mahaprakāse. So what does it say? Prabuddha tattvasya, one who is awakened, enlightened in the tattva, in the truth. We are sleeping in the truth, no? We are awake of the world. Anything happens, we are so serious. Oh, who coming? The door. Who is knocking there? Very serious. But who is knocking in the heart? We do not know. The Lord is knocking at the heart all the time, but who cares? But those who are awakened, prabuddha, awakened, tattasya, in the tattva, and in that awakened state, when you are saturated, purna bodha, one can be saturated in that fullness of its expression, no? That awakened state, its fullness, not partial awareness, what is talking about. It may give little qualified non-dualistic idea or dualistic idea, but it's the absolute non-dualistic idea. Prabuddha tattva, so that person who has been awakened in his own real nature, tattva, and attained purna bodha, full awareness, fully aware. Fully aware means not occasional experience. In our life we find that many people say, I had a vision. I have a life-changing experience. I was doing this and I always, and that suddenly it came and I found the world is different like that. But what happened next moment? It happened for one time, maybe one day, few seconds, 5 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. And that has changed your thought process. But what about doing whole day? After that, your 30 years, 40 years life, 50 years, 60 years life, what are you experiencing? It is not with you. So that is not. Purna bodha means the fullness of its understanding. That means every breath, every moment, every experience. That is necessary. And to that person, no, satya māyā. Māyā is not satya. This māyā, the visible universe, is not satya. It is not true. No satya māyā. Not only that, not māyā is also not true. Not only that, its activities, its products. Māyā has created this universe of duality, no? And Vedanta says that absolutely God, absolutely is there. Why we see this world? Because māyā. So, for that person there is neither māyā, neither its karyam. Karya means effects. Māyā's action is this entire universe. It's me. I am also created by māyā, no? We are all under the spell of māyā. That means all the activities we see, this is all Māyā's product. Māyā has produced it. And so, no satya māyā does not remain to be true, neither the effects of māyā which has created this universe and transactional world, they are all untrue. Tamah karyam, the tamas, sattva, raja, tamas, 3 qualities. Sattvika quality reveals. Tama quality covers darkness, deep darkness. We are in deep darkness about the truth. When we discuss something, it appears to be, oh, this is true. But most of the day, whole day, we are covered with tama, darkness. The tama karyam, darkness and its effect. What happens? In darkness we only get deluded. When we are in darkness, we create so many ghosts. When you are alone and in deep darkness, someone is, maybe one raccoon is going over your roof, and you say, hey, who is coming this night? No? And some people say, oh, this is a ghost room, ghost house. But yes, I have heard. Then you tell old residents will say, yes, I also heard like that. So you can create tamo, but daytime broad daylight, rarely people see that I saw a ghost running over my head. But when darkness comes or night comes alone, then you get more into all these things. And those who have little more imagination, they can create much more. So it is tamaha and tamaha karjam. Tamas quality, and the tamas quality produces such fear, anxieties, worries, all these things. This karjam, asattam. They are not true. They are not there. Satya means that which is Satya. What is the definition of Satya? Satya means eternal. Meaning, it is now, it was before, it will be in the future. Any point of time, it exists. That's why you call Satya. That's why Swami Shankaracharya said, Satyan rite mitunikrite ahamidam mamaidam iti naisargiko ayam loka vyavahara. Shankara says, Satya means truth, unchanging truth. Anrita means which is mithya, which is non-existing, but appears. They have conjoined together. They have coupled together. Mitunikrite, united, they have become. As a result, ahamidam, the first result is I am. I has come. I arise because of tamas, because of ignorance. I am Brahma, but I say I am such and such. I am John, I am Jacob, I am whatever. I am Mary, I am this. I comes, is Satya and non-rito. The snake and the rope, superimposition has happened. Snake is not there, but it is imposed. So tama, darkness, and its effect. The darkness was there, the rope was there. Daytime, you see the rope. Prabuddha tattvasya. Those who are awakened, they see it is rope. They don't get deluded as snake. Daylight. But in the darkness, tamaha, when tamas comes, darkness comes, then tamah karyam, its effect, snake comes. And its fear. As a consequence, tamah karyam, not only the snake comes out of imagination, and not only that snake bites, and it's really painful. It is all mental. So tamah karyam asatyam, when prabuddha tattva, when one will be awakened in his real nature, then this tattva purna bodhe, in its fullness of its understanding, this māyā is not there, not its effect is there, neither the tamas, ignorance, or its effect, the anxieties, worries, all this effect, karyam, asattam, they are all non-existing, sarvam. But how? Well, not drishyate. Now you can see this world, but not drishyate, you don't see that. Well, what is that? How can I understand that? Well, vānu prakāse, when bhanu, the day, the sun rises, no? When sun's rays fall, then all darkness, all fear, all misconception vanish, eradicate, spontaneously. So bhanu prakāse, there's a bhanu means that sun of experience, sun of light within, that is there. When it reveals, it expresses itself, then there is no māyā, neither its effects, neither ignorance, individual ignorance, neither cosmic ignorance bothered them. Māyā is a cosmic ignorance, no? And ajnana is individual ignorance. So individual ignorance and its products, what it creates, it will not bother. It will be out, and the cosmic Maya play, drama, will not be able to delude anymore. That is the two-sided effect of the knowledge of awareness, or awakened knowledge about the self. Maya and Agyan, though are the same, in the same. One is a individual, another is a cosmic. All in ignorance put together, all drops of water meet together is ocean. The ocean is Maya, and individual drop is Ajnana. Ajnana creates, God's creation is ocean, that's okay, big. The sun, moon, stars, human being, and all. And there is no problem in that. My ignorance creates the problem there. I love someone, I hate someone. Very, very spontaneous. I cannot tolerate that person. As soon as I see that, I get into it. Because he is like that, he is like that, he is like that. Why? Because individual ignorance is creating this trouble. My likes and dislikes, my mind is creating. But God's mind has created the sun, moon. There's no problem for that. But when I say I like this, you say, no, I like the other thing. No? All the world religion are fighting for each other. For what? My religion. My God is the only God. Say ego and I. And your God, of course your God is not true. My God is only true. Your path is not true. My path is only true. This is the mistake. And that comes and bothers people. So here, individual, that's called in Panchadoshi has discussed this, telling that individual ignorance if gone, then you are free. The cosmic play will go on, God's play will go on. But it will not bother, because you see Ramakrishna, mother's play going on. If you see mother is in the good, mother is in the bad. If you see the divine in everywhere, whom to hate, whom to love. Because you don't see the outer costume, you see the inner reality. So that's the verse says, that's called that does not bother. Botheration comes when my ignorance comes, my ego comes. This world is not fearful, frightening to a baby, because he is innocent, his mind is not developed. But if a person of experience, knower of truth, become like a baby, the world will not bother. Baby has an anxiety. Have you heard any time a baby is suffering from mental anxiety? This language is possible? Baby does not have any mental anxiety because mind is not developed that way. So Brahmajnani does not feel any anxiety anywhere, even in the trial situation, if he is cut to pieces. He knows it is not me. So that knowledge is established, deeply established. So the last parts of this chapter, shall I keep for next time? Another 10 minutes. Any question come? Okay, last verse of this chapter. Atas tato nasti jagat. Oh, acha, what is the translation? Did we read it? 44. The yogis, who are the seers of truth, declare that state to be liberation, which is attained the moment one reaches the knowledge, capital knowledge, of one's own self. It is like that of regaining the forgotten necklace. Ota target. And now 45. 45 verse says, darkness and its effect. Everything becomes totally unreal and invisible at the grand manifestation of the sun. When the sun comes out, then everything, darkness and its effects, I have elaborated it, everything goes away. Similarly, when the enlightening truth is awakened in its full awareness, neither the cosmic ignorance, Maya, nor its effect are experienced as true. That means you are free from individual ignorance, you are free from the cosmic ignorance. It will be there, but it will not affect. Atastato nasti jagat prasiddham. Tato nasti jagat prasiddham. Shuddhe pare brahmani leśa-mātraṃ. Shuddhe pare brahmani leśa-mātraṃ. Mrishamayam kalpito nama rūpam. Mrishamayam kalpitam nama rūpam. Rajvang bhujango mridikumbhavannam. Rajvang bhujango mridikumbhavannam. Ata tato nasti jagat prasiddham. Ata tato nasti jagat prasiddham. Shuddhe pare brahmani leśa-mātraṃ. Shuddhe pare brahmani leśa-mātraṃ. Mrishamayam kalpito nama rūpam. Mrishamayam kalpito nama rūpam. Rajvang bhujango mridikumbhavannam. Rajvang bhujango mridikumbhavannam. Ataha, therefore, there is therefore tataha nasti. In the Brahman, there is not this and that. Therefore, ato tato nasti, there is nothing such. Jagat prasiddham. Here it is there in our, which is well renowned in the world of reality and transactional world. But in Shuddhe Brahmani, in my real divine nature, which is Pare Brahmani, which is Supreme Brahman, there is no trace of this, leśa-mātraṃ. There is no trace of any here and there and this and that. Thereafter, what are before that, this type of conception is not there at all, which is Jagat Prasiddha, which is very much known in the relative world in which we live. It is here, it is there, in the heaven is this, in the earth is this, in the hell is this. Here, there, ato, tato, nasti. In Brahman, there is no such here, there. How can it be here and there in one? It is only one. Here and there may be in two pieces. Two objects are there. It can be, it is here, it is there. It is not there, the car is there in the parking lot, not here. Here and there may be possible, parking lot one space, this is another space. But in Brahman being one, where is here, where is there? Where is God, where is the devil? Where is heaven, where is hell? Nasti, there is no such thing. Shuddhe, in what? We are talking about what? Pare Brahmani. Pare Brahmani means Para Brahman. In that Supreme Brahman, the Supreme Consciousness, there is night, this world-renowned experience of here and there, or this and that, does not exist. Even not a trace of it, not a little fine existence is possible. Then what is this? Mrishamayam. It is all false, mittha. It is changing something. They give the example of alata chakra. Alata chakra, or the fan example is good. Fan has 3 blades or 4 blades. When it is high speed, you don't see the blade. You see it is one something. You see that something, it does not really tell that there are 3 blades or 4 blades. So, what you see is not the truth. It appears. So, Mrishamayam, that is Mrisha, that is Mittha, that is non-existing. Kalpitam, it is an imagined. What is Kalpitam? Nama Rupam. Everything is kalpita, it is all imagined in the consciousness. It's the same reality. Ramakrishna gives the example, the wax museum, wax house, wax garden. Ramakrishna talks about wax garden. We know of wax museum in Hollywood here. Wax garden is what? The tree is made of wax, but it looks like a banana tree or a grape tree, grapevine, but it's all made of wax only. The garden, the persons are standing there, he is also made of wax. There is a bench is also made of the wax. So wax. But we see, ordinary ignorant people, we see there is a chair, there is a tree, there is somebody sitting on the chair, someone is eating something. So whatever you see, it is only name and rūpa form, name and form. But there is no ultimate reality of that, excepting wax. So, mrishamayam kalpitam namarupam, like rajjang bhujango. As a rajju means the rope. In the rajju, what is called bhujango, the snake. A traditional example. Mridi kumbha bhandam, you call a pot. It is nothing but clay. In earlier days, when civilization didn't come up so much in early days, people used to, even in our childhood we saw, they made a clay pot, clay bowl. They do, even now they do, potters do things, very nice things with the clay. And clay made vase and this and that. So it may be shape and size and name and form are different, but it is made of clay only. As there is nothing but clay in different name and form, as there is no snake in the rope, similarly, mishamayam kalpitam namarupam. This namarupo, this name and form, universe of name and form, is misha-mātraṃ, is utterly false, it is non-existing. And in that Brahman, there is no trace of here and there, this and that, which is known to the world of duality. In that Suddha Pare Brahman, in that absolutely pure, stainless nature of Brahman, there is no trace of this ignorance or anything. Iti anātma-tvāt-jaḍa-tvāt-ca yoga-sastre. Therefore, in this yoga-sastra, this scripture of union with God, adhyatma-vidya, knowledge, self-knowledge, book of self-knowledge, the Vasudeva-Arjuna Samvade, in the Samvada discussion or meeting of Vasudeva, Bhagavan Krishna and Arjuna, Shanti Gita of the Shanti Gita, Śashtodhaya, 6th chapter, here ends the 6th chapter. So, therefore the world which we well know, which is well known as real, does not after all exist in the pure supreme Brahman to the least. Just as a snake is perceived on a rope, a pitcher pot upon a clay, so also names and forms are totally false and mere imaginations. Okay? So next day we'll recapitulate the entire 6th chapter of 46 verses once, and then we'll go to the next book, 7th. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. So tomorrow will be our gospel class at 7:30. Oh, Kalki-Medhan also. So what is that in the morning, evening? So a question has come, in our state of ignorance, are we separate from God and we do merge back in God through knowledge? No, actually it has not. In our state, this state of ignorance, we are separated mentally. Mental separation has happened, or I am thinking I am the body In that sense I am separate. When the body idea misunderstanding just it vanishes this moment, then you feel that you are one with the divine. So, no, it has not happened. In dualistic language we say, I am separated from God, but you cannot separate from God a split second. Kahi-avināśitvāt, kahi-avināśitvāt, jadīyesu ākāso ānanda-naśyāt. Upanishad says, who could have lived for a split second? Kahi-avināśitvāt, who eat food, no? Kahi-avināśitvāt, jadīyesu ākāso. Even in this space there is no ananda, Satchidananda is not there. Who could have survived? We are all living in God. It is like, let us think that we are like Ashtavakra and other books give us very good guidance to think that you think yourself that you are like an infinite ocean, and in that all the ripples. I am one ripple, you are another ripple. So if that ripple, nothing has happened. Ripple is not separate from ocean as H2O. So H2O is the content. So we are all, there is no change there. But ignorance has said, I am a wave, I am separate from the ocean. But content-wise, ocean is made of the same element as the wave is made. And therefore we are not separate. But if you say God as a personal God, yes. Personal God means you are making God as separate. He has created us, I am a created being. There is separation, as I talked just now. But in a Vedantic way, there is no separation from me anytime. I only don't know. That's why today we read the Kanto Harabat. You have your eyeglass on your eyes, you forget sometime. You don't gain anything new. It's called not aprapta-prapta, but praptasya praptam. What was you already gained, you regain it. There is a story that there was a king and there is a prince, and he got little out of brain. And then he left the palace and was searching and going door to door, begging some little food. And someday somebody found him and gave him the wisdom. And he didn't believe, you are the prince. The whole kingdom is yours. And you are begging like this. Come. Like the Ramakrishna's example. The tiger and the sheep and the baby tiger was bleating, bha, 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 like that. What do you call the goats, sheep. And then the proper guru came and took him. Hey, why are you bleating? You are a lion, look at me, I am like that. He said, no sir, I am a sheep, I am a sheep, I am this, I am this. Whatever the guru said, no, I am this. He said, oh, come. And took him to the river or the pool and said, see your face. You see? Tat-tamasi. See your face. They see my face. Is there a resemblance? Yeah, that. You are that. And then also he is not convinced. Then he would sit here and he caught one of the goat, no? And then brought a fresh meat and say, hey, eat. No. He is habituated in bleating and eating grass. Mundane thing of the world, not the spiritual feast. So he pushed him into it. And then he tasted. He said, wow. And then he went back. Experience is necessary. Talking will not do. Guru didn't allow him to just giving advice and go. Then the practice, he hold him. That's the ideal guru. Hold him, gave him the wisdom, and feed him, tested it, giving a touch of joy to him, and they say, now, see, don't bleat like that. Say, I am that. So that is Brahman. So we are not separated from God, dualistic God, we are separated. And therefore, no question of merging comes. But as we live in duality, then we can practice that way. And I can feel the separation and can unite also. Okay, thank you.
The schedule says that tomorrow's class, 26th. You get that?
What I?
26th.
I don't find 26 here. Oh, Wednesday. I do not know why it is given. But anyhow, if it is given, given. Anyhow, tomorrow will be the class, I do not know. But Gospel of Ramakrishna Chidbhavananda Swami, I do not know. These are all the play of our putting, we are so busy, so which edition, which version has been sent, I do not know.
This is online.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Peace, peace, peace.